afternoon, everybody. In the Hindu tradition, animals are not just fellow inhabitants of our planet. They are revered as symbols of deep spiritual concepts and cultural values that have been cherished for millennia. And if you look at the image that you have here, it captures a core Hindu philosophy known as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which translates to the world as one family. And it isn't just a poetic phrase, it's a worldview that sees all of creation as interconnected. It teaches that all beings, from the smallest insect to the largest creatures, they're all part of a single divine family, right? Understanding the significance of animals gives us a deeper insight into this belief and in the unified fabric of life. And this respect for life is woven into every aspect of Hindu culture, daily life, spiritual practices. Right? There are many animals that are considered sacred because they represent important virtues, whether it be peace, strength, wisdom. They are not just revered from a distance, they are integrated as a very core part of community life. They're part of rituals, festivals. They're cherished and play a very significant role, right? So let's look at a few well-known examples. The cow, perhaps the most visible symbol of sacred life in Hinduism. The cow represents motherhood, selfless giving, nourishment, and the core ethical principle of non-violence or ahimsa, right? The cow is honored in countless rituals and festivals throughout the year. Similarly, Ganesha, he's embodied in the elephant. He has the head of an elephant, widely worshipped as the remover of obstacles, the grantor of success. And of course, Lord Hanuman, he's a central hero of the Ramayana epic. He belongs to the family of apes and represents the pinnacle of strength and devotion and selfless service, right? The link between the divine and the animal kingdom is also powerfully illustrated in the concept of Dashavatar. Reverend Mark was just talking about evolution and other creatures and the role of man. So in the Hindu cosmology, the Dashavatar represents the evolution of life. The first three avatars establish life in water, land, and then the amphibious turtle. Then Varaha is the first terrestrial animal, and then it proceeds in the form of Narasimha, who's half lion, half man, and then we get into like the human forms, right? So in that sense, the humans are definitely highest in the evolutionary order, but all the lower order creatures are also essentially avatars of the same Lord. So in that sense, there is a unity there. Another fascinating concept is that of the Vahana. And the deities in the Hindu faith, they're all portrayed typically as riding a certain Vahana. And these Vahanas are not just transportation, they're extensions of that God's power and represents their unique qualities. So for example, Vishnu's Vahana is the eagle, and Vishnu's role as the protector of the universe, it's riding that, signifies speed, courage, cosmic protection. Similarly, the Divine Mother Durga, she is portrayed as riding a fierce lion or a tiger, and that represents her strength and courage in conquering evil. And then Shiva, of course, he rides the Nandi, the bull, which stands for strength and steadfast devotion. Like even in the small mouse is given a place in this pantheon, where Ganesha is shown as riding the mouse. And here the mouse represents the flighty, ever-moving human mind, and Ganesha gives us the determination and wisdom to conquer that. Right? Now, how did the cow become so significant? It had its both practical and spiritual origins. In ancient agrarian India, it was truly the engine of society. It provided milk, butter, yogurt for sustenance. The bulls plowed the fields for labor. The cow dung was used as fuel, sanitizer, even to this day. And so it was just very central to survival, right? Like there were times when there were famines and the cows really saved civilization at that point. So they came to be spiritually revered as Gaumata, or the mother cow. And in mythology, this reverence is personified as Kamadhenu, right? So this is part of the Puranas, and the Kamadhenu is literally the sacred cow that fulfills all our desires, all the gods are portrayed as living within the Kamadhenu cow. It comes out of the churning of the cosmic ocean. And even in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a line where Krishna says, "Among the cows, I am Kamadhenu," right? So, in that sense, the cow has a very significant place that's underscored in several places. And then, of course, there is Lord Krishna. He is portrayed as Gopala, and in his childhood days, he grew up in pastoral India, where he was a protector of cows. He was a cowherd, literally, and he used to play his flute, and all the cows used to be mesmerized in the divine beauty of that sound. So again, just to conclude, these animals, they're far more than just characters and stories. They're integral to Hindu worship, mythology, art. If you take yogic poses, a lot of the yogic poses are inspired by, people are familiar with like down dog pose or the peacock pose and things like that. Similarly, if you take the musical notes, they are all actually associated with sounds of whether it is a bull or a peacock or the cuckoo bird. Ultimately, the Hindu reverence for animals, it's just a beautiful reminder of our connection to the natural world and the sacredness of all living beings. Thank you for that opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much. Let's give one more round of applause for Pradeep. This is very thorough. I believe there's so much more that you could have talked about. And one thing I actually did appreciate is that I was aware that the cow was considered sacred in Hinduism, but actually having a lot of background as to why was actually very helpful because now I can see the connections where the cow, when you think about it, is also, yes, very useful, right? It provided a lot of sustenance, provides also for the plants and provides for the human beings, right? So there's many ways that the cows were very useful to us. So yeah, I can really see that.